Hi, my lovely souls. Lizzie the Lightworker here. So today I thought we might work on a video for Aquarius, inner child healing. Something that we all could do, something that is sort of catching on a little bit now in the spiritual community. Okay, there's lots of meditations you can do online, sort of get in touch with that part of yourself that needs healing, because at some point, all of us have had some type of trauma in our childhood that sort of stuck with us or stayed in our shadow side that maybe we have not dealt with. So that could affect us in our relationships, our twin flame relationships, karmic relationships, our soulmate connections, our catalyst twin relationships, anything that has to do with relationships that need to teach us lessons. That inner child part of that in our shadow side, it's like tucked down in deep in a pocket somewhere, affects our relationships. Okay, so let's see, what does Aquarius need to heal in their inner child? Okay, all right, so maybe in the past Aquarius had a childhood with challenging times. Okay, I feel like there could have been fights, disruptions. There could have been ego battles, maybe between a mother and a father or caregivers. They could have always been made to feel like they were in the middle of the fights. I don't know, sometimes that happens where mother puts the child in the middle of the fight between the father, or the father puts the child in the middle. They sort of always were maybe bringing you up or bringing you into the argument. Okay, so that would have made you feel very insecure, very indecisive, maybe even passive aggressive, because you may have not known what the proper reaction would have been, or whose side should you have taken. Okay, and later on in life, that just makes you maybe a little bit fearful of fighting or competition, or make you fearful sort of not wanting to disappoint people. It really would transfer into that type of energy later in life. Okay, so confront. Now, this is just telling you that as you become aware of things that might be interfering in your interpersonal relationships, okay, maybe with your husband, your wife, maybe with your children, maybe with your siblings, maybe with your coworkers, it doesn't matter, your interpersonal relationships. Okay, so if you're becoming aware of maybe there might be some things wrong with you, you don't have to admit it to other people, but if you admit it to yourself first and you start to work on it, maybe even privately. Okay, confronting yourself, your shadow self, your shadow side is the side of yourself that you don't like to face. It's all the ugly things about yourself. We all have ugly things about ourselves that we don't like to face. Maybe our hostilities, maybe our insecurities, our fears of abandonment, maybe we have dark thoughts, or maybe we always think negatively or in a negative pattern, or always think the worst is going to happen to us, or maybe we sabotage our relationships because we don't want to commit, because we're afraid of commitments. So we figure if we sabotage the relationship, it can never be our fault. Okay, that would lead back to childhood. Okay, and anything that you saw that happened between your parents, or if you had a parent that was absent. Okay, confronting that side of yourself, if you can find that side of yourself and really bring it to light for yourself, even if you jot it down in a notebook and you work on something like every other day or even once a week, and you find some time for meditation, or you find some time to sort of forgive yourself, that's called shadow work. And that's what this is telling you to do. So confront the worst parts of yourself, bring them to light, and figure out how you want to deal with that part of yourself. And maybe, like I said, forgive, or sort of, let it out and let it stay out. Like once you want to talk to somebody about it, or you want to confide in someone about it, or you journal it, like I said, and you get it out, that's helping you release anything that needs to be released from the past or from your childhood. And that's all part of healing. Okay, if you have the courage to face yourself, you have the courage to face anybody. your boss, your coworkers, your spouse, your partner, your kids, your other family members, a person on the street even, okay? Because our inner fears are what sort of stop us from growing, okay? We can't grow sometimes past the trauma that happened in our childhood. If something happened at 14 or 15 years old, sometimes you can't move past that mental age, okay? So this is telling you if you have to go back to wherever the trauma occurred and you got to confront that part of yourself, you should do so. And not confront like, I mean, it was your fault. I mean, deal with what you need to deal with or heal or forgive, okay? It's all about forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Okay, now move. I feel like this has to do with make haste about it. I feel like the more work we do on ourselves, the faster we do, the faster our healing will occur. I think it means like when you start to realize these things about yourself, don't just like shove them under the sheets, so to speak. Like don't let a pea come under the mattress, if you know what I mean. Like it means like deal with it. Deal with what you need to deal with. You know, like sort of seek the truth about yourself and not be afraid of that. You know, it's also kind of like about discipline, like self-discipline, okay? So self-discipline could have to do with if you always think the worst of yourself or you think you're not good enough, you have to be disciplined to turn that around and say, no, yes, I am good enough. I can be good enough. You have to start saying more I can than I can't. I will more than I won't, if that makes any sense, okay? And that sort of builds up your confidence and makes you feel a little bit more a little less vulnerable and a little more determined and a little easier to make harder choices. Okay, a new vitality. So leading you into new healing, this is new vitality. So once you do some of this work, you really are finding the better parts of yourself that need to come to light over the negative parts of yourself, okay? If every single day you can look in the mirror and find one thing that you love about yourself, or sit down and name 4 or 5 things that you're grateful for or you have gratitude for. Like, I woke up today, I'm healthy, you know, you could say something like, I love my pet. I'm so grateful for my dog or my cat. I'm grateful for one friendship that I have. I'm grateful for my mother or my father. I'm grateful for this friend that I have, or this my partner, or my opportunities at work. If you can find those blessings, it adds to you enriching yourself and becoming this vital force, and you're letting the love shine out of yourself. So you can push all this gloom and doom away very easily. Once you get to this and you realize that you're a beautiful soul and you're on a spiritual journey, just like we all are, and you embrace that, you start to let go of these things. And also people that don't belong in your life, people that drain you, people that make you feel bad about yourself, people that never let you talk about yourself or your accomplishments, people who are kind of stuck in like a narcissistic energy or energy vampire. You start to want to get rid of these people, okay? And it's like creating a field for yourself to grow. You know, you're clearing out the weeds, getting rid of things that you don't need, okay? I'm going to pull one more card, and we're going to see here what this open up card. This open up card comes up a lot, and it has to do with letting people in. And it's such a simple message, but it has to do with like releasing blocks and opening yourself up to possibilities with people, maybe friendships, not being so guarded, not being so fearful, you know, not having any insecurities, sort of like loving yourself, and then you're able to love others in that energy. You know, I do believe that it is difficult to open up if you've had a wounded childhood. It may have been hard for you to do that your whole life. You might feel like, you know, you can't even speak. You don't even know how to get the words out. You might not want to open doors from the past. out of fear of what's behind the door or what will come out to haunt you. But you realize that if you open up the door, no matter what it is, if you face it and you deal with it and you confront and you move with like a ferocity to get these bad thoughts out, or these skeletons in your closet out, once they're out, they can't go back in the closet. The closet becomes empty. Okay? And that's a good thing. You want to empty out the bad thoughts. You want to give them no space to hide. You see what I'm trying to say here? So if you're able to clear up all this and do this shadow work here and let those bad things out and don't ever let them back in, once you speak them, they're out. Once you tell them, they're out. Don't let them back in. That's it. Get rid of them. You'll be able to open up more. Okay, guys? I hope you enjoyed this reading for Inner Child Healing, Aquarius. Please let me know what you like and think. If you would like to see more videos like this, and if you would like a private reading, I can be reached at Rainbow Moon Readings at yahooalloneword.com. Please like and subscribe, guys, and thank you so much for your time to watch. I really appreciate it. Many, many blessings to you all. This has been Lizzie the Lightworker.